I'm gonna start this collective review with me talking about Control C. This is a series regarding the Latin community. When I watched the trailer for this series, I knew that it was gonna be good, but I never thought that it would be this good though. Like, this is just... It's one of those series where if you have kids that will be attending junior high or high school soon, then this is the series that you would want to show them, because the consequences that these teenagers need to go through in this series, in this high school, is it's insane. I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's one of the most messed up teenage series that I've ever seen. Probably the most messed up one, in the sense of keeping it grounded. There's no sci-fi stuff going on. There is no superhero thing going on. It's just a grounded TV series, but it still goes bonkers quick. From the beginning till the end, it goes from 0 to 100 real quick. Basically, there's this hacker, right? And this hacker starts telling one of the teenagers that if he doesn't tell this other person's secrets, this hacker is going to tell the whole school what he has been up to, what kind of stuff he's been doing behind the scenes, basically. And he panics and he starts revealing one person's secret. And right after that, other people start getting a text with the same form of this hacker threatening them that if they don't do this particular thing, these are gonna be the consequences for it. There's this girl, you can see that she hasn't slept in days, and that she has been through some stuff in her life. She doesn't really have many friends. The only thing she does all day is, other than being absolutely smart and not feeling like she should get straight A's, that she should just get a B plus instead, she just likes to observe all day. Like, she just observes her fellow colleagues. Even the teachers are not safe from her. She observes everybody. And speaking of not safe, as I said, nobody's safe from this hacker. Even the teachers are in trouble at a point. Everybody in the school just is in trouble because even the teachers are part of it. One of the teachers is sleeping with a student, and it's not the classic, oh, this male teacher is sleeping with this female student. No, it's a female teacher and a female student, and they are in love with each other. But you know how the law goes. That's something that's not allowed. I don't really want to spoil a lot for you. This is not necessarily a movie review, but it is a series review, so I have to tell you a little bit about this series. But I don't want to spoil it for you because it's so good and I really want you to go watch it. If you have some free time, make sure you check this out. You know, I love to say that I promise you, you will not regret it. Yeah, this is one of those series where you just wish that if you have made mistakes in junior high or in high school, you just wish that if you were at that age that you've seen this series. That at least you've seen like a snippet so that it can lock you in and you just keep watching till the end. It's so crazy, I just can't wait for season 2. Like, I have to see this. I am desperate to see this series. Like, I've binge watched it from episode 1 till episode 8. Each episode is like, what, 30 minutes, 36 minutes, something like that. I also watched Blood and Water, and I am disappointed to say that I wanted this to be good. I really wanted this to be good. But if you can even see from me watching the trailer, and by the way, I'll put the links in the description for my trailer reaction to Control C and my trailer reaction to Blood and Water, and also my trailer reaction to Space Force, the teaser trailer. I'm also gonna talk about that at the end, and I have something important about that to also tell you guys. So make sure that you watch this video until the end. Blood and Water was just not worth my time. Absolutely not. I've watched like what 3 episodes and it's boring. It's just boring. Look, it's a super simple story of these 2 girls are sisters. The one got abducted at birth by some rich family, and she just happens to find out about her sister through a friend of hers that brought her to this party. She realizes that her long lost sister that her and her parents and even her baby brother have been looking for happens to go to the same school this new love interest or sex interest of her friend and her sister are good friends or family members, something like that. And she's trying to find out if that's truly her sister, and she goes to the same school like her. That's it. Other than that, it's not interesting, it's not exciting, it wasn't great, I didn't enjoy it. And if you have been watching that series or you just started, don't waste your time, just watch something else. There are so many better things on TV. One thing that I can say though is that I'm so happy that finally we're getting to see a Stargirl series. I've wanted to see this character for so long. I saw her in Justice League, the animated series, and also Justice League Unlimited. She was in one of those, or maybe both, but I've seen her there. I've seen her dad there, and I think he was the adopted father, and also heard them speaking about Starman. And man, I've watched like 3 episodes and there are only 3 episodes out. This series, man, it's magnificent. That's all I can say. It's magnificent. And look, other people might not say the same. If they watch it, they can reserve judgment regarding this series. But when you know about the lore and you see the writers and the director and the whole crew paying their respects to the comics, then it makes you even more delighted to watch the series like that. She looks exactly like Stargirl, so it's basically perfect casting. The guy who got to play Icicle, he feels like the original gangster Icicle, like the old school gangster Icicle, the comic book Icicle. And we even get to see Icicle Jr. and how much of a heart he has, because he is a romantic, and I hope that they explore that more throughout the series. I love that we got to see Thunderbolt. Well, we didn't necessarily get to see him. He's in the pen, and what I've read about Thunderbolt and Johnny Thunder, which I have heard of before, but I didn't really know what he looked like and what kind of powers he has. He is also part of the JSA, just like Starman, just like Mr. Midnight, Hourman, Wildcat, Starman, Dr. Fate, Jay Garrick, The Flash, who else? I hope that we get to see Black Canary, because Black Canary was also part of the JSA, but then again they changed characters a lot and stuff, and also Commander Steel. If I remember correctly, there was also one other guy also part of the JSA, and they showcased that in Legends of Tomorrow. Oh yeah, and Vixen is also a part of that group, because that's basically her love interest. We even got to see Mr. Midnight's owl. Like, how crazy is that? I've heard about that owl before, but I haven't really done my research, but you can bet your ass that I'm checking it out as soon as I get home. We got to see JSA's version of the Hall of Justice, or should I say the Hall of Justice that you and I know is actually a nod to the JSA, because the JSA was established first before the Justice League. So actually, that's what I actually should say. We got to see Icicle, the Gambler, the Fiddler, the Shade, Sportsmaster. What's the name of the character that plays Sportsmaster's daughter? You have Artemis, their mother is Huntress. I forgot the older sister's name. I'm talking about her. What is her name again? Her name keeps just escaping my mind. I don't know why, but she's such a great character, and she's also in this. We also got to see Solomon freaking Grundy. Like, oh man, what else do you want? You don't get to see much of him. I think they're just being smart with the budget and not spending a lot, because CGI for Solomon Grundy is expensive. I love the way the elements came into play in this movie, the twists and turns. We also got to see Brainwave. I almost forgot to count him as well. He has a son as well. So I'm not gonna explain the whole series for you, but the way everything is connected with each other, the twists and turns, the stakes, the consequences, and this project New America, I think it's called New America, that they have in mind is also something that I'm really hyped to see. This project that they also have in mind and are just determined to execute is something that I'm really hyped to see. So basically everybody of the JSA is just dead in this. There's this janitor that keeps showcasing himself, but really in the background, and I think he is also part of the JSA. That might be Dr. Fate, that might be Our Man, because even Stripe says that Our Man is still alive, or he thinks that Our Man is still alive. Also, regarding Capone, don't waste your time, okay? Just don't waste your time watching that movie at all. It was all drama and no gangster life, and you can't have that with one of, or no, not one of, the most notorious gangster this planet has ever seen. And the only thing you see is it being an older Capone and just drama, and that's it. That's it. I am proud to say that I finally finished watching Batwoman. I love this show so much. Look, I already love Ruby Rose's work, but man, this show, it's like the show was for me, you know, in the sense of, obviously it goes about a woman and I can't relate that much with a woman, but I mean, like, when it comes to me wanting this series for so long, asking for Batwoman all this time. She's one of my favorite characters of all time, and I always wanted Ruby Rose to play this character. It sucks that that's not gonna happen anymore. Hopefully they can find somebody else. These things happen, but I can say this though, I love Mary and Luke. I just love them. Like, I even love Alfred Pennyworth's daughter. Yeah, I even love her. She's fantastic. Yeah, you heard me right. Alfred and Lucius Fox got busy. I'm like, wow, Alfred and Lucius have kids? When the hell did Alfred get a daughter? Lucius has a son? And then I realized, oh yeah, he has a son. He played Batwing in one of the animated movies regarding the Bat family. Yeah, I forgot about that. But anyway, I love Mary so much. Like, if you see this character, she's such a good person. She's such a sweetheart. You can't just help love her. She's one of those women where you just take a bullet for her. If you had to die for a woman like that, you just die for her, because she's absolutely worth it. And it's clear that the actor who plays her is cute as fuck. Every time I see her, I'm like, respect, you know? I'm so proud of her, so proud of her. And women like this usually don't exist anymore. Luke is also one of my favorite characters in Batwoman. I love the way he goes about things. You know, classically, if something happens to a good guy, he goes mental and he starts becoming the bad guy. You know, he starts doing something bad, or she starts doing something bad, and you're like, no, don't do that. That's not how you go about these things. You need to handle the situation differently. And that's not the case with Luke. He's so smart about how he should handle certain circumstances. And he's just as intelligent as his dad, if not more. He's such a great addition to the Batwoman family. If you haven't seen Alice and the Wonderland Gang, that actress who plays Alice, you can just see that she's having so much fun playing this character, and she does a fantastic job at it. Hats off to her. The actor who plays Mary's mom also did really well. I kind of felt bad for her regarding what happened with her, but if you haven't seen Batwoman yet, I'm not gonna spoil it. If you have seen Batwoman before, then you already know what happened. That was last, this is least. I just started watching Space Force like yesterday, and it's already one of my favorite shows. Leave from the fact that Steve Carell is hilarious, that John Malkovich is just awesome at this point. Like, I don't know what else to say. He is such a great addition to the cast. And then you have Roy Wood Jr., you have Jimmy O Yang, you have Jane Lynch in this, and also a few other actors that are familiar to me, but I don't really know their names, and that's on me, I should know that. Since I've been getting into doing trailer reactions and doing reviews, I've been learning more about writers, producers, and so many directors that have done so much amazing work. And it's nice to see them in a series and be like, oh wait, it's him. What is his name again? Oh yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, that gal. She's awesome. There's not much to tell you about Space Force because this is the one that I do not want to spoil it for you, not even a little bit. But all I can tell you is that you know how there's a general for the Navy, a general for the Air Force, a general for the Army, and now we have a general for Space Force. So that's a new agency made by, I'm guessing, the president, yeah, something like that. And Steve Carell's character Mark is the lead general regarding this force, and I love the dynamic between John Malkovich and Steve Carell's character. And okay, I'll give you this little thing. Ben Schwartz is like the social media guy for Mark. Ben Schwartz, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, hopefully. If not, I'm so sorry. He's magnificent in this. There's a part when they have this hearing and Mark needs to explain himself to the congressmen and the congresswomen, and the message he gives there, it's so emotional. It just struck me immediately, like it just pulls at your heartstrings. It's one of my favorite parts of this season, of this show. I would love to read this out to you as the ending of this review. So one of the congresswomen asked him, why does his agency, Space Force, need a $10,000 orange? Every time he gets the chance, he's just using $10,000 of government money to ship oranges to his Space Force. Why do they need so much money for that? Do you care to explain? And he says he'll try. And then he says, one thing you learn in the military is that money doesn't matter. People matter. Thousands of people working tirelessly day and night. And we may have spent $1 billion to put one astronaut in a position where they can do something that'll benefit everybody. And that astronaut may be a human being who is risking her life in a very dangerous pursuit. A human being who is not doing it for money, by the way. A human being who is battling fear and exhaustion and uncertainty, and who has been eating dehydrated mac and cheese mixed with her own filtered urine for the last month. I want her to have a taste of the earth and remember what she's fighting for. I see billionaires in the news who look at space like it's where we're all going to go when we trash this planet. Well, there is no substitute in space for this planet. You cannot make an orange out of powder and urine, no matter how hard you try. And speaking of the orange, well, whoever made it, we're the only place in the universe you can get it. We better take care of this planet and the people who live here. And what better reminder of the earth than an orange? Because an orange, like the earth itself, is perfect and round. We are putting people's lives at risk in a pursuit of science to solve our many problems. To sum up, this country has enough wealth that we can give an astronaut who is risking her life for all of us an orange every once in a while. That got me so freaking emotional. Like, I had to take a break for a while. I was multitasking, doing two things at the same time, and I just had to take a break from the other thing. I had to take a break from even watching the show for like a few minutes because that got me so emotional, especially in these trying times. I really needed to hear that, you know? That had to even remind me what I'm fighting for every single day. This is a thank you to the writers, the director, the whole crew that worked on this series for delivering this message to us, because not only were they talking to everybody there, they were talking to everybody on this planet to keep fighting and not give up and keep believing in each other, keep believing in ourselves first and foremost, and remember what we're all fighting for. And we're not only fighting for survival and for our sanity, we're fighting to keep this earth safe. So I'm not taking this reminder for granted.